Hi, dolls.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're talking about all kinds of things already, and we didn't even say hello. Hi, Dr. Doris here, Dalton Beauty, episode 9, and this blondie over here.
Hey, dolls, it's Lee. I'm so thrilled to be joining you. We got a lot to cover.
A lot, because we missed last week.
Oh, that's right. We did miss last week.
And next week will be at HSN. So we've got a lot to cover. So let's just rope it in.
All right, let's get started. I've been
do it.
dying to ask you, because I haven't seen you in a couple days, how is carnivore going?
I'm still really digging it. Like, listen, I'm still digging it. I know it's controversial. I know all of those things, but it's really still working for me, to be real honest. I don't feel inflamed. I'm steadily losing weight. I'm telling you, if you're not following the girl, the Primal Bod, you have to follow her. She says it like it is. I love her.
I love her too.
I would flip my lid if I could get that girl on this podcast, because she literally randomly scrolling onto the thing, gets served, and of course, because, you know, they're listening to us, gets served her, and the next thing you know, like, she's changed my life, so I would die if she would ever come on. Just
Okay,
say
do you
it.
hear that? Primal Bod? I got to go look at your account for your actual first name, but...
Yeah, it's just, she just says stuff. It's so good. It's so...
Will you please
like,
come on
she's
our podcast?
Yeah, she's so... when you listen to her and you go, ding, 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 that makes sense. And I studied nutrition, and I studied the body, and I studied... And there's so many things that I think have been omitted from Grey's Anatomy and Guyton's Physiology. It doesn't matter what kind of doctor you are, so this is really important, unless it's a PhD. Every doctor, you're served 2 books, and they're expensive, and you buy them brand new. Most people do not repurpose them because they keep them forever. They are the body Bibles, and it's Grey's Anatomy. Remember the
show? Yep.
The show Grey's Anatomy. That's actually really a book. Grey's Anatomy, and it's Guyton's Physiology. So Grey's Anatomy, it goes from soup to nuts, which is from neuron to synapse to tendon to attachment to whatever, to muscle to insertion to action to blah. And then physiology, Guyton's Physiology, is the physiology that makes the body work. So everybody, no matter who, what doctor, we all studied from those 2 books. Oh. So it's really interesting. People go, well, you're this kind of doctor, or
So
you're that kind of doctor.
that argument.
You're this kind of doctor. So, and I'm like, well, if you look at curriculum for curriculum, here's what happens. Oh, and I don't even know why we're going there.
You said you didn't want to go controversial today.
Wait, yeah, I know. We're going to go, we're going to bring this back around, but I'm just going to say this really quickly. If you look at curriculum, no matter whether you're a DO, an MD, a DC, podiatry, all that, you're responsible for the patient when they walk in the door. So you're responsible for a diagnosis. You're also responsible for a misdiagnosis. But when you look at the curriculum and what they study the same thing: neurology, CNS, central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, splanchnology, like all of these, all the systems of the osteology, arthrology, like every different thing in the book, right, you study, because you are responsible for that person when they walk in the door. So most of those books, all that information really comes from Grey's Anatomy and Guyton's Physiology. So no matter what your postdoc, what happens is you study until you're proficient in general anatomy and how the body works and all of that. We even dissection, which is, if we could do a whole podcast on human dissection, which is pretty interesting.
I don't think I have a strong enough stomach.
It's interesting. It's interesting because you don't look at it. You look at it as a learning experience. After it's interesting, but then what happens once you get to, like, you know, you're into your 9th quarter, is when most people start to veer off. So that would mean, like, if you are doing a certain specialty in MD, DC, DO, like DC
so that's
goes to clinic.
3rd year?
Yeah, you go to clinic and you start learning, like, application of what you're going to do. That's like how we learned how to adjust, how to diagnose, X-ray proficiencies, all this thing. MDs, they go off, surgeons go off. Like, then you can start to elevate and, like, really hone in. Like with me, I went into more into osteopathy and osteology and bone and all of that kind of stuff, like outside of school. I continued my education outside of school, and just continued like ramping up degrees. Like, I don't know, I could wipe my butt with all the degrees I have now if we ever run out of toilet paper. But yeah, you just continue to learn. I always think when you're done learning, you're done. Yeah. So, but I don't know why we were going there, but there. Let's talk. So
we were going there
Primal
because
Bond, I'm still.
You said so much is omitted, which I
Yes.
totally agree with you.
Yes.
But go back to like for 1 second, and we promise we won't get any more controversial. But so
Can't
much is
promise that.
omitted because a certain family structure took over the medical system, and while everybody was reading the same books and on the same track, there was one thing that was pushed to the masses, which is prescribing pills, medications.
Well, they really like poo-pooed
and finding
on
the root
of disease.
Was
so when you hear the word disease,
and that's
you
what
go,
Primal
I
Bond
have a
talks
disease process. It's really, when you break it down, the Latin nomenclature with it is dis-ease. Dis-ease. It's not disease. It's dis-ease.
Being in a state of dis-ease.
Dis-ease is,
Got it.
mean you're dissing something. Dis-ease. So it's no longer this like really like even keel. It's been it's been shaken. It's been shaken. But anyway, so yeah, but I'm the geek, and like at nighttime now I just start trolling on different things and learning different things. So because I feel like I have to defend my position that I am doing this carnivore diet.
Why?
Particularly because you all know that I'm incredibly cruelty free and do dolls for paws and all that other stuff. But I also have to defend my position because, like, I hang around a lot of doctors, right? Like, I mean, when you're a doctor for 30 years, your friends and buddies are doctors, and I tell them they're kind of like, oh, that's no good for you. You can't do that. That's so bad. What about cholesterol? What about, why are you eating vegetables? Like, are you not eating vegetables?
I'd love to be a fly on a wall for these conversations.
I'm like, no, I'm not eating any vegetables. Not yet. I'm not eating any vegetables.
By the way, you know what I think is so stupid?
What?
A paper straw. Okay, keep going. I just had to say
Well,
that.
I like how they give you a paper straw, and it's wrapped in plastic.
Like, what the hell?
It's for sanity reasons. The plastic straw is wrapped in plastic. It's interesting though that they'll give you a paper straw because, and here I don't want to. I think we've done enough damage in the ocean that we don't want the regular straws to go into the ocean, and we don't, particularly sea turtles. They go up their noses. It kills them, but we'll put mammoth, monstrous, 1,000 square feet tall, pounding the ocean floor, thousands of concrete turbines right in the pathway of the frickin' whales that are going to be extinct, and there's 300 left. But we'll use a paper straw. Okay? Gotcha. Logical thinking here. Like, a brain fart. Hello? You'll put...
The world is a stage.
2,000... turbines down the East Coast, turbines that are taller than, wow, did this go? We were going to talk about beauty today.
We are. I'm reining us back in.
Wait, that are taller than the Empire State Building, 200 feet deep, pounding the ocean floor. How do animals listen? EMF radiation that's coming, laying cables for wind energy. And they're like, we need to get away from fossil fuels. Okay, fine. We need to start somewhere. What runs the turbines, people? Fossil fuels. Okay. What runs the generators and all that? Well, it doesn't use as much. Okay.
You are teetering on a subject like sunscreen, where the facts are not important to people, which I don't understand.
Listen, I'm all about.
They're just like, no, this is my viewpoint. I'm committed to this. I'm married, and I don't care what you say to me. You're never going to change my mind. I don't get that.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Here's what I do agree with. Here's what I do agree with.
Okay, let's hear it.
I do agree that the world has become consumerism, right? Like there's a tremendous amount of waste, packaging waste.
Agreed.
I think it's interesting because we have made conscious efforts that our stuff is recycled, stuff. So I think we try to do our part. I do believe we could shrink that. The minute you shrink it, people pick it up and go, "Oh my God, where's the box?" And you're like, you can't please everyone all the time.
It's because you want to have good packaging. You want to compete with, what's in the marketplace, but you also want to do your part and be responsible. So I think you're kind of walking always on a tightrope.
Yeah, I think it's really different with beauty because that is and now we're bringing it back to beauty, which is good. I love talking about this subject.
Tell me what you agree with. You were saying, this is what I agree with. So we're getting very consumerism. I do believe
that the world has become very consumerism driven, like more. Just this insatiable appetite for new and more. I get it. I get it. It's driven by marketing. It's driven by so many different things. And that's the world that we live in. But by that accelerated need for more, new, you're leaving a lot of waste behind. So I love different things that recycle. Like different companies like RealReal, Poshmark, eBay. I don't think because you're tired of a blouse that it wouldn't be new for someone else. If you're tired of wearing a handbag, that it wouldn't be new for someone else.
So fashion. Okay.
I don't think you can really do it with personal care because of obviously disease.
Agreed.
Dis-ease. I don't think you can
just
do
hygiene reasons.
Yeah, hygiene reasons. I don't think that you can do that with the type of industry that we're in, but I think we do a really conscious effort about using recycled paper, like looking at the components, like shrinking down the amount of packaging in our footprint. So
I think we're going to be doing a lot more of that into the future because new technologies are evolving.
Yep, and we've been looking at refillables. We've been looking at different things that are, cost conscious. Like it's we're in a world of like massive accelerated inflation. So I mean, it has to be. You can create the best thing, but who cares if no one can afford it?
Right.
My mom told me that a long time ago. She said, "Make the best thing you possibly can, and make sure that everyone can afford it."
I love your mom.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. She was texting last night at like midnight. She took her dog to get groomed. She's so funny. At midnight, I'm like, "Mom, what are you texting?" And then you text, and it's a family chain.
Oh.
So there's 20 people on it. So she texts at midnight. And of course, she ding, 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 ding. And it's mom, and you're like, holy shit, did she fall and can't get up? Like what, She's fine. She had her dog groomed and her nails trimmed. So.
I love Joanne.
But
all right, so wait, so keep going because we have to get back to beauty. So,
this
things
is
you
part
agree
of beauty.
with.
This is part of this.
Consumerism. We're reining it back on packaging.
If you do there was a documentary that was out.
I'm keeping us on track because Angie's going to come in here and say,
for a PD,
you're done. You kicked out. Your podcast is over.
I know. I've got 40 minutes, which is great. And we can cover
like
a lot. 20 and the food comes. Here's the deal. I mean, there was a documentary and I forget the name of. Do you remember who the name of that clothing that Brandy
Francesca knows.
Brandy something.
Francesca.
She's not here.
Yeah,
she knows.
Anyway, they did this documentary on it, and they were getting like and it's like a cheap driven clothing line in malls and stuff, really like honing in on like the young kids for fashion.
Well, that's what everything is now,
Brandy's or Brandy Lee's or
Shein,
I don't know,
Temu, it's all that stuff.
So all of those things that you're seeing, Shein, Temu, Brand, all this other thing, a lot of it's made obviously in China or Mumbai in India, and there is an ocean.
Oh, the blue.
Yeah. Did you see the blue? Is that the name of it? So listen,
an ocean of waste.
Oh my gosh. So the documentary is
Brandy,
that's it. Melville or Hellville?
Hellville.
Well, she creates some hell, I'll tell you. The ocean, the coastline. So go watch this, the blue, because it's real.
I've seen this.
You can't turn a blind eye to it, right? Yeah. Yes.
Indonesia.
It's 10 feet taller than you, 10 feet. The coastline, the water comes in, and there's like shirts and all this crap floating around the ocean. So that's all in the fish. It's in you. You're eating the fish.
Tell me how we don't have a process at this point in time where I want to go with this, but I'll bite my tongue and I won't. We can do so many things so quick, but we can't figure out a way to dispose of and renew and regenerate waste like this.
Yeah. Well, they found a way. I mean, look at your water. They're repurposing your water. There's a way. But when you look at this, I mean, the amount that
They
people
figure
are
it out when they
pumping
want
out,
to, when there's monetary incentive. That's just.
It's
right.
just real. It's really sad that you see these literally 10 feet high of clothing, and I think the whole crux of that was it finds its way back. There's like 2 or 3 trash piles the size of Texas
In the U.S.?
floating around in the ocean, barricaded, floating around in the ocean because they got nowhere for it.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's nuts.
So I do believe that we have become, and listen, I'm not saying that I'm not. I like new shit just like everybody else likes new shit.
No,
so
I get
I'm
it,
not
but you can
saying
also
that
observe
I
that.
But I have found, I've started, and maybe this comes with age. I don't know. Maybe it comes with waking up a little bit and seeing things.
Yeah.
That I'm asking myself now, do I need that? The purpose, not all the time. Like if I think it's cute, I'm gonna get it. I'm just saying. But it's like more like starting to question yourself, and I do think that. That it's really important. I think as a brand, we're very conscious about that.
Yep.
And I think that there are a lot of companies that are just pushing stuff out, just trying to shove it in your face. Buy. How much can I get out of you? Buy. And I don't feel that we even remotely even think that process or that way. I think we really think about what does she need? What
Why
is she
are you
missing?
and I always sharing a brain cell? We're always sharing
I
like the
don't know.
wavelength.
But
I had
it's
the
true.
same exact thought the other day because it was like, even in other podcasts or other things, it's like, on Instagram, why is it that everywhere you look in the world today, someone is trying to sell you something? And I feel like with us, it's like, we don't want to sell you anything. If you relate and you can...
Yeah.
You're on the same page as us and you have the same values and you have the same
Agreed.
needs and wants, right? Like, come on in and join the party. We got the product for you. But we never want to like push something
But
on
I
you.
also think, and to me, I think I come from a big family. I had foster brothers and sisters, 5 of them. So extended family. Our family was always there. That I look at like really the Doll Squad and Doll 10 as like this big extended family. And then I think about the things that we make and what do our family members need and what would make them feel good.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, no matter whether you help one person, 1,000 people, it's only really one is fine. It makes a difference, and it just validates your purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like all the energy, all the struggle, all the stuff we did, and this is now really circling back.
Yeah, but you had to finish what you were talking about before, about the things that you do agree with.
Well, I do agree that we're a world of consumerism. That's what I agree with, and I.
So you agree that we should do better, but we need to do better in a way that makes a little bit more sense.
I just sit there and I think that, you can't ruin. You can't ruin things. You can't try to make something better at the expense of something else. So, for instance, let's talk about the turbines.
Good point.
You want to improve energy and get off fossil fuels, which quite honestly, nuclear and fusion and all these other things, there's so much better. Plasma, there's batteries that run off. There's a lot of things out there that aren't owned and operated by fossil fuel companies, because let's talk about getting it twisted. The turbine companies, the backdoor owners are the fossil fuel companies.
Of course they
So,
are.
and I'll put that out there. You can fact check me all you want on that one. But we're going to destroy the coast so they can just make more money under the guise of green energy. And to me, I call it greed energy.
Yeah.
But I do believe that we need to make changes as individuals and humans, and
Right.
that do you really need 20 sweaters in the same color? Probably not. Making smarter choices. Who is there? Some girl that I really like. She goes, "Quit buying dumb shit." I think she said, and I was like, "Oh, I love that."
Wait, who
statement.
is that? Who said that?
I don't know.
Quit buying dumb shit. I feel like I see that all the time on
She's
Instagram.
pretty popular, and I forget her name. It's a woman. I think she gives like life advice and stuff like that. And I thought she pops up, but
Not Mel Robbins, the blonde one, right?
it could be. Yeah, she wears glasses.
Yeah,
her.
love her.
Yeah.
Really calm, really chill.
Yeah, she goes, just quit buying dumb shit.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think that's what I believe in. I believe that you shouldn't destroy one thing to help to like for your cause. I mean, it should be like you can't destroy the ocean. All right, and I just keep going back to that. You can't destroy the ocean and watch whales and dolphins and all of these things die because you want to put up a turbine for money.
I know.
It's millions of dollars per turbine, and you can't watch them struggle and all that other stuff and turn a blind eye and think that that's okay, because at the end of the day, we're going to get greed energy.
And isn't the energy not even? I mean, not that this matters, but isn't it being
archaic.
Isn't it being sold to
New York?
Europe?
Yeah. Well, here's the
to New
interesting.
York.
No.
Oh, okay.
They lease the millions of acres of the ocean. They've leased from the U.S. government. They've leased it. I don't know why we're on this topic, but probably because my beach house is being torn down today.
Okay.
Yes, and by the way, they've leased it from the U.S. government to build these things with subsidies from your tax dollar that will increase your cost of energy. And then when they get that energy, they're going to sell it back to you and sell it to New York and sell it whatever.
Your tax dollar, which by the way, at this point is laughable because we don't pay enough taxes to keep up with how much money the government spends.
You know
They print
what? Here's
it.
the deal. Here's the deal. And then we can
Then we're going to summer.
Then we can go to summer, we can go to beauty, we can go to all cool things. This country was started by a bunch of felons too, by the way, but on a 2% tax on tea.
Don't you just think that that's
Like,
laughable?
It wasn't just tea, but
Isn't that laughable?
it was a 2% tax.
How far we fallen?
That's why this country was like really like. We went to war. We disassociated ourselves.
Now you literally bust your ass
It's almost 50% now.
to give half the money.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't go down this rabbit hole.
No, we are.
All right, let's go back.
Pull that tail
Pulling it
out
back.
of the bunny hole.
Pulling it back out of the bunny hole.
Yes.
All right. So summer's coming. It's here. You know, we talked
here.
a little bit about last week about like your plans. And, you know, one of the things that we did want to talk about today, or two things, summer. And then you know, this is like a big milestone this year for Doll 10, 12 years old. And I think as you look back, your journey has been a really interesting one, right? Like in all the things that you've done in your life. And like, you know,
Crazy.
I always find this fascinating, right? So there's a lot of young women out there, young, ambitious women out there that probably look up to you as a female founder who started this business and keeps going. And I think when you look at like women in business, we might get some hate for this, but that's okay. I think it's a lot harder. It's a lot freaking harder for a woman to succeed because you are held to a very different standard. You have to do it all. You have to be amazing, but you have to be nice in the process.
I hate being nice.
And it's
sometimes.
not fair because men are not held to that standard, right? Not that there's anything wrong with being nice, but like with women, it's like you as a female entrepreneur, right? Don't you find that? It's like you have to be like polite and this and that. And it's like, well, wait a minute. The guys can just get in there, roll their sleeves up and get it done. So my question is, what do you feel like is one of the biggest challenges as a woman who is a business owner and an entrepreneur that you faced, and how have you overcome it?
Well, I'm probably going to answer it a lot differently than what you anticipate.
All right,
me
let's
to
hear
answer
it.
that.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I never once ever looked at this business as a woman founder or a woman owner or woman anything.
Okay.
I never did. I never ever set any kind of limitation on myself whatsoever.
Genius.
I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to surround myself with people that are smarter than me, that know how to get it done. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I've had warehouses of mistakes. It's a learning process. And I just didn't take no. Like,
I love that answer.
I mean, but people, because I think, and talk about hate and don't throw swords at me. I always feel like I have to preface that now.
Here's your shield.
Yeah. It's like, but I feel like don't use the fact that you're a woman or you're have a different skin color or whatever it is as an excuse. And don't let's not get this twisted here either. I do know that there were a lot of people pre-me that paved the way that I can feel this way. So I have a ton of gratitude for women back in the day that.
But you're talking about like today.
I'm talking
now.
about today and now. I can't change what happened a second ago.
Right.
It's done and it's past. I can only live in the present and project into the future as to how I want to see and do and drive towards that.
Okay.
And I do that. I do a lot of visualization and I do a lot of driving. Like if I just sit here and go, oh, well, no, I say, okay, I see it. I want to see it here. I want to see it there. And then all of a sudden it's like, if I keep seeing it, it's now I'm creating the roadmap to see it. So
do you do vision boards?
I don't. In my head, I do.
Okay.
I do them in my head because I don't like to do any kind of paperwork. That's why I quit being a doctor, because I hate paperwork. It got so paper intensive. So I don't say, and I love the fact that you say, well, you're a woman founder, but I just look at it like I'm a founder. You're a woman too, and you don't take no. You don't take no shit.
I don't take no for an answer.
I don't take no for an answer. I don't take any shit.
I think
and I don't
that
use
is
excuses.
the secret to success in life.
Just do it. So I have this cup, and you know I love adages, and it's like proceed as if success is inevitable.
Yes.
So I'm like this bulldozer.
I thought that was a Bob quote.
No, it came on. Well, he did. He gave me this cup, and it's the cup, and I look at it every day. And there's days when I get out of bed and I go, "Oh, can I just stay here? I have my industrial fan blowing on me. It's so good." And I look at it and I go, "What's my day look like? Like, what can I do? How is exciting?" Like, I came in here today and like I'm like so excited, and it's those things. So I think don't fall back, and don't get caught up in the thing. Well, I'm young. I don't know anything. I had no experience. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. As a freaking chiropractor. How does a chiropractor, make a lipstick? Well,
You figure it out.
Chiropractor knows what dermis is, epidermis is, epithelial cells are. You know chemistry, biochemistry. You have to have a whole prerequisite. You know what the ingredients are. You tap into things that you knew before.
And I think it goes back to having a mission, right? I mean, I got to say, just from my observation of your journey, like having a mission sets the stage. Like when you have your purpose and you have your mission, it's like everything funnels through that. So decision making is like kind of easy.
Well,
right?
yeah,
Easier.
I think they're easier, and I think that there's fear involved. And I don't mean like crippling fear. So I mean, you just have to have a nice set of gonads.
Okay.
Gonads are key, and I think with anything, it's like not so much what other people think. It's your life. It's your life. If people kind of tap on to the ride and do these things, that's amazing. But you have to remember, you have to give it all again. It's not, you always coin this thing, you can't be half pregnant. Like, you're either in it or you're out of it.
Do I say that? I guess, maybe.
You told me that a long time ago. There's no such thing as being half pregnant. So you're either like 100% in it. Don't think you can half-ass it, because if you half-ass it, that's what you're going to get.
That's true.
So
that's true.
So as a female entrepreneur, I don't care what's between my legs. I make it happen. And if sometimes that means not being nice, that's fine. But for the most part, I'm pretty nice.
You're extremely nice.
That's
I feel
my personality.
Like one of the things I've had to teach you is to be a little bit more
tougher, meaner, whatever. Not meaner.
No,
What's
but
a better word for that?
I think just you tend to be so nice to the point where sometimes I feel like
you could fight back a little bit more.
Well, no. Sometimes I feel like, are people taking advantage?
Well, people are always. It doesn't matter. People are always going to take advantage.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom, and I think that you've done a really... Listen, I say this because in this industry, the beauty industry, there's a lot of really nasty fuckers. There's a lot of people who get to the top, who have insane egos, who give zero fucks about anybody and
Liars.
step on whoever they need to.
And they
You're
lie
not like
the whole
that.
way to the top.
Oh, but they convince themselves that they're not. So like,
Well, that's called narcissism.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot of that in the beauty industry. There's probably a lot of that in every industry, to be honest. But you are really not like that. And I think one of the things that I would say has made you really successful, continues to make you successful, is that you're really like authentic, real person. Like what you see is what you get. And you do, what's that expression? Treat the janitor like you treat the CEO, right?
Yeah,
Is that
always,
it?
yeah.
You definitely do that. You treat people with a lot of kindness, which I think I really respect and admire about you.
I just think, quite honestly, truth be told, that's important in life. Back in the day, we were brought up, my parents did, the golden rule. So the golden rule still exists. Do unto others as you would have done to yourself. And I think if you treat people with respect and kindness, it might not come back from one person. You might get shit on here or there along the way. But at the end of the day, you can put your head down. Mm-hmm. You can feel good about who you are. And I think it's one thing that we do with our products too. One of the most important things when we started this brand, and you know that, and you feel the exact same way, is to make sure that the products were clean. Like the last thing I would ever do in good conscience, is to put ingredients in a product that I thought would harm somebody. That you trust me, you're giving it to your daughter, you're giving it to your mom, you're giving it to your granddaughter that's just getting started, and I'm putting something in there that shouldn't be in there, and I just say, I just want to sell you a lip crayon. I don't care. No. That would gut me.
That's karma. Comes back.
That would absolutely gut me. Then I would feel like a failure. So it's important that I feel that, and not, I'm
integrity. Integrity is really important.
It is. To me, it really is. I don't just like say that. I mean, I live it.
You live it.
I breathe it.
You definitely live it.
I cook for my dogs. I feed the foxes. The dying cat that's in the garage. He's still alive, by the way.
I have seen all of this
everywhere.
with my 2 eyes, by the way. I can vouch for you.
But I think it's really important when I did this, and if it's just one of those things. It's probably not the smartest thing to do. You could mass produce, get this out, have it in every retailer that you wanted to. Really great products, but full of crap. Like, I wouldn't feel good about myself.
Yeah, but I think that's what probably sets you apart.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's cool.
Set the stage for your long term success.
Well, I mean, people have grandchildren. Here's your granddaughter. You buy her a nice little present, and it's like a 4-piece lipstick set or blush or whatever, and you're giving your granddaughter something toxic. Oh my gosh, I'd be.
What do you
I couldn't do that.
What do you think?
I couldn't in good conscience. I couldn't represent it. I couldn't do it. Like I said, our pink list is. So there have been companies that, and you know this, that can't work with us because they can't work within our pink list.
More can't than can.
So we have a very limited, small, vetted labs that we work with that can work within our standards. And like I said, and then sometimes it could be, there could be an ingredient in there that somehow down the way finds that something like we do everything with every ingredient possible that we know. If we find that something is like questionable that we've been using that we've thought was saying, I'll get rid of the product. I don't even care how much inventory I have. Like
we just did that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it wasn't even an ingredient, but it was something with the packaging, and you were like, no, I don't care, get rid of it. It's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I just think those things are really important, and I think integrity is important. But when you go back to as a female founder, I just think you have most important thing as a founder in anything that you do is be true to yourself.
Oh, that's great advice.
Just really, really be true to yourself.
I was just time checking you.
Yeah, visualize what you want. Be true to yourself. Work hard. Don't half-ass it because that's not a good look. And be the dumbest person in the room. Just saying. A lot of people think they want to be the smartest person in the room. I will tell you, hands in, you've already learned what you're going to learn. Learn from other people. It's the people that you put around you are so valuable. Like when you guys sit there and talk about what's happening on this and this is what's happening there, I learn. And never stop learning. And don't think that you know everything, because trust me, you don't. You will never know everything. You're not God.
I just was listening to our fave Heather McMahon's podcast, and
first
she said
foremost, did
she said that exact same thing.
Did she? Everybody thinks we're like kindred spirits, Heather and I.
I'm telling you,
I love
you
her.
are.
She's funny. When she gets out her thigh lube, oh my God, I love her.
You two are so kindred spirits. It's not even funny. Like, I listened to her podcast, and first of all, I'm like literally peeing myself the whole time because it's like an hour comedy show.
She's funny.
And the things that she says are like things that you would say. Exactly things that you would say.
Yeah, I get her humor. I get her. I love her. I love how organically
she loves our brand, and she loves TCE concealer.
Yeah, she wears TCE foundation too. You know that, right?
She loves Dalton.
It's interesting.
Her.
You know that was organic. Like that.
Jamie introduced her.
Yeah, Jamie Makeup introduced her to it when she was doing her makeup, and now you just see her when she's like doing a get ready with me before her show. She uses so much the labels off. She's putting this on. This is Dalton. I'm putting it on, and she goes, I gotta lube up the thighs, and then she gets out there in her sequence, and she is just unapologetically her.
She is so funny.
You know who's funny as shit? Who's speaking?
We love you, Heather.
Heather, you gotta come on our podcast, Heather. Gotta come on our Hello, gotta come on our podcast. I'll do your makeup.
That would be amazing. I would like totally fangirl over her.
I would hire somebody to do your makeup because I suck at it. I just make really good products. I'm not good at putting it on your face.
Erin, we'll get Erin to do her makeup.
We'll get Erin to do your makeup. And no, we would lose Erin because she's that good.
Well, she's got Jamie. We'll bring Jamie to do your makeup.
That's right.
And we'll have a big party.
Why would I even say that? Of course,
we
Jamie.
forgot for a second.
Sorry, brain fart. But yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, I would love that. I know. Here's the deal. Heather's doing this cruise. She's got 2,000 people on this cruise, right? You know, I don't even go in the tub because I get seasick. Like, I could never do the cruise.
I know, me either. I get so seasick, but I would love to.
How much fun are those guys going to have on that cruise? I'm a little jelly. Green jelly, I am.
laugh their balls off.
She's
Sorry,
funny
I'm just going to say it.
She's a good one. I am a Heather McMahon fan.
I am too.
I'm a fangirl.
Like, I'm telling you, her podcast, if you don't listen to it, go listen to it. You'll laugh so hard.
She just says it like it is. I mean, what was she saying the other day?
She's funny.
She was saying the other day about fake purses or something like that. I ain't spending my money on a Hermes bag, $30,000.
She goes, I'm going to say something very, very controversial. And I'm like waiting for it. And she goes, I do not get the Birkin. She goes, first of all, it's so
not
heavy.
A great bag.
Like, it's like you're going to get hit over the head and mugged.
Like, carry it like this. If it doesn't have a shoulder strap, I'm out.
She said, I'm an experienced gal. She said, I will fight anybody on Canal Street for the last fake Louis because I'm spending my money on a trip to Italy. And I just, I resonated with that.
Well, you know what? That means that this conversation has just gone 360 all the way back. She's going to spend her money on an experience instead of another bag. And when we talked in the beginning about all of this waste, about repurposing things, which is really good, and about like too much. You can't experiences. Yes, you can buy them because you're going to pay for the vacation, whatever. But that's what life's about. That's what builds who you are. That builds your character, your experience. It expands your knowledge. It gets your brain cells that are kind of like a little lethargic, gets them firing, ping, ping, ping. Because new things are really what get your dopamine going. Like all of these things. These are the things that you want to do. But yeah, she's funny as shit.
She's so funny.
Funny.
So she was talking about how she's taking some time off this summer. And
when she's doing that cruise, like in August?
The cruise is in April. Next year.
Oh,
yeah.
She got 2,000 people that are going to be pissing their pants.
I know.
If I would drink on a cruise, just throw me overboard because I'd be vomiting. I'd be
vomiting before I even had a drink.
It would not be a DiCaprio moment like this. It would be like, No.
And then you throw yourself overboard. I would too. All right, so summer. Listen, this weekend I feel like I was really outside. I was really like,
Yeah.
okay, it's summer, it's here. What is today's date? Today is the 13th, and the summer solstice is coming up next week. So next week, the 21st, the longest day of the year,
Yes, love that.
and then unfortunately days start to get shorter. Sorry,
Just
but,
so you know, that's the day, 13th. June 13th is today. June, when's the solstice? The 19th.
21st, I think.
Is it?
Isn't
I
it?
don't
I could be wrong. I don't
No,
know.
my husband knows. He knows all that weird. He's full of weird facts.
I thought it was June 21st,
Is it?
December 21st.
No, I was thinking the 19th,
20th.
20th.
We're
Well,
right in between what both of us
How
thought.
about that? The 19th we have HSN, but
Oh, that's right.
this is launching on HSN on the 19th. You know,
That's gonna sell out.
Well, the 18th it's launching in Sarah Show. I'm so excited. I don't think I've been more. I get excited about all the new things that we do, and we do like a lot of new things that are really. Hello, a lot of new things that are exciting, but. The green cream is one of my favorite. Go ahead. You were out in the sun.
So-
you
and-
had the girls in the pool.
the
I
girls
saw,
were in the pool
I
for
saw
the
on
first
your
time,
stories.
and the thing that I'm saying is like, wow, okay, I really feel like I'm changing my makeup a little bit for summer.
Oh, you always do. Who
I
wears a lot of
don't,
makeup
though.
at
like
summer?
in the past, I haven't. You want to hear something funny? Here's what I did.
What'd you
I
do?
did the opposite of what everyone does. I got in the new TCE last week, and so I've been wearing mushroom serum skin tint for over a year, which is really a great product for summer because it's a little bit lighter. But I got the new TCE in, and I'm like, all right, I'm wearing the new TCE for summer. I don't care how hot it is. I don't care how
Well,
humid
I like
it is.
coverage.
I'm rocking my TCE.
Where you going, buddy?
But I'm a little over the place here. But I'm incorporating products that are a little bit more long wear, that are a little bit more bronzy, that are a little bit easier.
Hey, the bronzing is having a massive trend right now.
Massive moment.
What the hell? Where did that came? That
So-
came out of left field.
I know that we're going to get in trouble in like 5 minutes. So,
Why?
because we got to end, because we're going to get
Oh,
kicked out.
shit.
So
Okay.
I went and I picked my 2 favorite products for summer and your 2 favorite products for summer.
Yeah.
So do you want to go first?
Oh, I don't care. Mine's green cream. You know why? It's easy, it's light, it's out the door, evens out the look of my skin, but it also soothes the
buddy.
skin. The oatmeal that's in there, the ceramides that's in there, like all of that good stuff.
Great if you're
It's
getting a sunburn.
Yeah, great if you're getting a sunburn, but it's minimalistic, right? Like it. If I go to the grocery store, say I'm around the house all day and I've got to run out. I'm not going out barefaced because I know too many people and I'll always run into someone. So I want a little something. This is the little something that makes you look good, makes your skin look great, and it takes care of your skin at the same time. And I can't tell you, it's terrible. How
I've
many
gone through
How many?
4 of those.
Oh my gosh, I'm going
4.
through so many of these. Hello.
Give me some of this.
Going through
Give me some of this, baby.
So that because it's so super refreshing. Look how his little hiney
Oh,
is
I
up
love it.
higher than his forearms.
That
so
stuff's
what are
so
your 2
good.
favorites?
So I have a lot. This is definitely a staple of mine. Okay,
This is for
but,
1:30.
It's your 2 coffees. My 2 favorites right now
Don't let him
are
eat
this
nothing.
product. So this is a sultry tint. Okay,
Oh, the
pH lip.
In
in the
yeah,
mood.
Do you
in the mood. This
do you pop that on
gets
your
me in the
cheeks
mood for
too?
summer. No, I use it
Okay.
on my lips
You can blow
only,
them.
but it's just perfect. It literally lasts for hours, gives me a nice hint of natural color, really defines my lips. It's not drying, which I love because I tend to be a lip balm girl like all the time, right? So I love that this gives me a little bit of color. Going to the beach, going to the pool, throw it on.
It's got all those great fruits in there too.
Oh my gosh, that's where it gets all the
blackberry-
color
yeah,
from.
the pomegranate,
And then
blackberry.
this. I am obsessed with this.
That's like a hidden gem. This product.
Such a hidden gem.
And it's so
Such a game
on
changer.
trend. Like
Throw it in the beach
not that
bag.
I'm trendy, but
This is the Sun-Kissed Multi-Stick, and this will literally contour, bronze, sculpt, chisel, anything in seconds flat. It's cream, you put it on, you blend it in, boom, you're done. No sitting there, blending, fussing. It's so easy. It stays on. It looks natural. It's got tons of hydrating ingredients if you have drier skin. So this just makes things so easy for me, and I love that. Pop it on the eyes if you want a little color on the eyes.
I love that
That's it.
bronzing stick. I love it to chisel my jaw down some because, you know, when you get in your 60s, things start to go south. But I was watching the other day Chelsea Bananas on Instagram.
Talk about loving.
Yeah, I was
She is so
watching.
funny.
She's hilarious. She's a great egg. I was watching the other day. She was
Em and Francesca were just with her in Nashville.
down at, yeah. Did you see the dolls on the street?
I did. I
Giving
saw
out
the dolls on the
mascara and
street.
lip gloss, looking good in their sparkly.
I need those
rhinestone,
shorts. I got to get those
like a
shorts for when I go to
rhinestone
Nashville.
Cowboy. Next time I'm going to make them pink rhinestone things to wear. Dalton, I'm making them.
That's amazing.
Doing it.
Do it.
They can go all around.
Can you
giving
make
out
me a
shit.
pair too?
Yeah, well, of course.
We're going next time.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right, now wait. She did this really great thing I thought was really cute. And it's interesting because I have a lot of freckles and I've always tried to cover them up. You always want the opposite, right? Like, you want freckles. If you don't have them, then you have freckles. You want to hide them. She did that bronze, like, across here and then put the little freckles on the thing.
Oh, yeah.
She looks so damn cute.
she's so good at
I'm
makeup.
gonna do the bronzer freckle thing.
Do it. Try
I'm
it.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
I'm always trying to cover up my freckles.
Me too, but I'm going to replace the freckle with with one of our brow pencils.
All right. You got to take a selfie of that.
I am, and I'm going to use the bronzing
And
stick
post it.
or the cream bronzer. Did we launch that yet?
We did. We launched cream bronzer.
I
Yep.
was like, I don't even know. Did we launch
So
it?
really quick, I know
have it
we
in
got
my
to
bag,
wrap.
I don't know.
But
Do we?
Next week's a really big week. We're heading to Tampa.
Huge. Heading to Tampa Monday. You want me to come pick you up Monday night? I'll pick you up.
No, I'm not going to get in till 10:30. I'll meet you at the bar.
It closes at 11.
Well, get me a Carol Collins, and I'll meet you at the
Carol
room.
Collins.
So we have this routine, right? It's like fucking girls' night, right? When we're down at the hotel in Tampa. Listen, we like to have our cocktails, work hard, play hard. We have a little girls' night, and then Tuesday we get our B&As. We kick off.
Yep.
And
There's
I'm
no
gonna
playing
make.
on Tuesday and Wednesday, but Wednesday night we do text the manager of the hotel where we stay and say, "Can you please give us some Carol Collins in our refrigerator?" And when we leave HSN,
Those
and
are the
open
elixir of
refrigerator,
life.
There's a bunch of martinis.
Doris goes,
I don't even drink.
You can't have any. Those are for me.
I didn't even share. It
You
was
can
so
have the
rude.
champagne. I go, all right, that's fine. That's
It
fine.
was really rude of me.
I
so
wasn't
next
able to
time
drink
I'm gonna have
that much.
I'm going to have to order extra.
You're definitely going to have to get extra. Okay.
Oh, so
I'm going to make
good.
Doris do a live. We're going to be taking over Instagram stories. We're going to be having some fun next week for the TS. So make sure you're joining us starting Tuesday night into Wednesday all day on HSN.
It starts in What a Girl Wants with Sarah, and I
Oh,
believe that's
okay.
at like
9
I think it's at 9 where we're launching because we have the TS
and the WDD.
and the weekly deal drop. So the green cream is the weekly deal drop that starts with
Wow.
Sarah. The TS starts at midnight. It is going to be a really crazy 30 hours.
It's going to be a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I'm going to get extra Carol Collins.
Yeah, we are. I'm taking one after
Just
that.
so you know what a Carol Collins is, it's this hotel's version of a raspberry smash.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, with Saint Germain.
Oh, it's so good. All right. Listen,
Anyway.
that is the end of this
What
episode.
did we talk about? Who knows?
We talked about
But
a lot. We want to get Primal Bot on. We want to get Heather on.
Yeah.
We love them. It's going to be a big week next week. And
Big
we
week.
will miss the podcast next week.
We will.
But we'll be back
we will
the
miss
following
you,
week.
But we'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be coming back strong. We'll give you guys an update.
Listen, we love you. We know you are busy.
Yeah.
The fact that you take time to listen to this podcast and join us means the absolute world to us.
It does.
We love our Doll Squad. We love this community. And any comments, any feedback, any suggestions, you know where to leave them on any of our social platforms.
Yep.
And we will see you here in 2 weeks. Bye.